say you can spell your name for me so I can get the audio level?
Okay. Conor OByrne, CONOR OBYRNE.
Great.
Well, it sounds good over here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Great, cool. I'm just going to ask you a few
Okay.
questions. Start off by telling me what grade you're in and where you're from.
I am going into 12th grade. I'm going to be a senior, and I'm from Great Neck, New York.
Excellent. Is this your first year with the program?
This is my second year, so I did it last year.
How did you hear about the?
Well, a lot of people that I knew out in Great Neck had done it the years prior, and then also Roger Ames and Jeff Gilden teach at my school, so that's really how I found out about it and learned all about it.
Is there a program like the Colorado Springs Conservatory in Great Neck?
Not really. There's our school's a pretty good arts program, but it's not like the conservatory.
Very cool. What kind of things are you learning as the intensive?
Well, first of all, you're learning that you really don't need that much sleep, and just it's a lot of vocal technique and really learning how to formally present yourself in a performance and when you're meeting people, and how to warm up properly, and just a lot of formalities that I've never learned anywhere else that are really good to know.
Since this is your second year, how are things different this year since you've got 1 year under your belt?
Well, the way that we went about writing the opera this year was a little different, because last year we didn't really have a concept that was given to us. This year we were told, we're writing an opera about General Palmer. So last year we had to do a lot of work coming up with the concept, and then so in some ways last year was easier, and in some ways it was also more difficult. And the scenes program last year was a lot of poetry and a lot more musical theater. This year it's longer scenes and opera.
Very cool. Are there students? Where are some of the students from?
Here?
Yeah. or that are in the program.
Well, I think there are 6 guys from Great Neck, myself included. And then there's a bunch of kids from right here in Colorado Springs that go to the conservatory. There's a girl from Boulder. There's Miles from Fort Collins, who this is like his third or fourth year. I think it's his third year. And and then there are 2 girls from LaGuardia High School in New York City, and then 1 girl from East Hampton, New York.
Do you think they should try and get the word out more?
I think it's a fantastic program, so I of course think that. But one of the great things about it is that it's so small, and it's really, you really become really close with everyone, and you're really learning a lot of new things. So I think definitely it would be awesome if more people knew about it, but I also think that it should stay a small program.
Cool. Can you tell me a little bit about why you have gotten into kind of theater and arts education, and why those subjects are important?
The first time I ever did a show was in middle school, and it was The Wizard of Oz. Sorry. And I just really, I loved it from right when I started. And then I did shows every year, and I'm continuing doing shows now and all this. And I got very close to the director of the middle school shows, Mr. Tomaselli. And then as I moved into high school, he became my voice teacher. But I only had him for a year because 2 years ago, he passed away. And then it just became like, there's nothing else that I love as much as this. And it's just something that I really enjoy doing. And I think it's really important in, you know, society and in school and everything. So
Beyond kind of performing in plays, what are the things that you're learning here that you think will help you down the road?
The program is really about collaboration, which is really important in life, in art, in anything that you do. So collaboration is definitely a huge thing because you're writing an opera with 18 other people, which is kind of unnatural, but it's really great. Sorry. Just really learning to be completely open to new things, because like the movement classes are. We're doing completely ridiculous things that that I've never seen anywhere else, and it's really great just learning all these new things and learning how your body works and just being open to trying new things, and like I really don't dance usually, and it's trying new things with the dancing and everything, so it's really cool.
I have a question, Jen.
Yep.
Can you tell us just a little bit about Roger and a little bit about Jeff, because you know them best.
Okay. Roger Ames has been the choral director at our high school for since the early 90s, I think. And last year, 2 years ago, he semi-retired, basically. So now he's kind of a resident artist type thing, where he'll come in twice a week, and he has like a jazz choir group that he leads, and he also teaches stages, which is a class with Jeff Gilden and two other teachers where 28 kids write a full-length musical. So those two run that. And there's a big. We all joke that Roger's like not really a teacher, but he's really. You can hear him now. One of the most remarkable teachers, mentors, friends, men I've ever met in my life. And the same goes for Jeff Gilden, who is an English teacher at my school, and who is just one of the sharpest, smartest, one of the funniest guys I've ever met. And just really, they're both really incredible people.
How have, just briefly, how have each of those people influenced your life?
Well, Roger has really, I started, loving music and musical theater with Mr. Tomaselli, and then Roger kind of sort of stepped in where he left off, he just makes everything so fun and really enjoyable, and I've never experienced anyone with such like a love of life and such a just like good vibes. He's like a big kid, really. And then Jeff Gilden is just really. He's really made me. Sorry. Okay. I have to think for a second. He's completely influenced the way that I look at everything and think about different things, and not necessarily lose your cool or but really look at the whole situation and try to understand it from different viewpoints, and just really, I can't even explain it.
It's got to be kind of cool getting to see your teachers impact the other kids that are great.
Yeah, like I always just feel like when Roger belts like a B flat, I'm always like, I feel like it's just great sharing these two incredible people that we have 5 days a week, or Roger twice a week, with everyone here, because they are very different from a lot of the people that teach at the Conservatory. So.
Are you making good friends here?
Yes, of course.
He's definitely pretty noisy.
So yeah, I was just, is there anything else you'd like to add about the program, your involvement, anything like that?
It's just a really, because whenever I come here, I always feel, I mean, I've only been here once before, but I always feel like I'm like a little bit behind the curve because everyone here in the conservatory and everyone is so just is a lot more knowledgeable about certain things than I am, which is a great thing because it really, there's so much to learn here and there's so much to take in and take with you. And Linda always says like, you might, you'll call me when you're 40 years old and say, that worked. I thought about that the other day and it worked. So not necessarily things that you'll use right now, but things that you can use whenever and you'll continue to use for the rest of your life.
What are those crazy Russian exercises you do in the morning? Somebody was telling us.
Yeah, we with Steven we do some really crazy, body movement and just it's about completely being just letting go. And he has a motto: freer, lighter, higher, and more joyful. And a big thing is smiling, where it doesn't matter how much it hurts, just keep smiling, and it'll get better. And it's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you.